What the hell is going on? Where's our air support? Get those forward guns going. Why aren't those rear batteries firing? Somebody get General Wilson on the horn!
Colonel Fury.
Doom, I'll have your head for this.
I have little time for your petty threats, Colonel. Surrender your ship now, or I shall destroy it.
Not on my watch.
This is a priority alert to all metahumans. UNN Alpha requests immediate assistance.
Thor, take care of those gunships. Spider-Man, draw them towards the stern.
Sure thing. I just love being a target.
Wolverine,
You do it, Boy Scout. I don't take orders from you.
Soulless machine? How dare you strike the son of Odin?
Show off. Excuse me, is this the ferry to Staten Island? Looks like you could use some help. That dude scares me.
What are you girls looking at? Daredevil. We've got nothing to fear.
Gentlemen, this is Colonel Nick Fury. I'm on the main bridge, but I'm not sure how long I'll last. Get here ASAP. Fury out.
That's what I call a knockout. This one's out. Case closed.
guess that means...
I was hoping to cut you.
Thanks for responding to my SOS so quickly. The helicarrier's under attack by a group of supervillains called the Masters of Evil. And to make matters worse, they're led by Victor Von Doom. My thoughts exactly. It's not important. I told you it's not important.
Colonel Fury, this is the Black Widow. The Masters of Evil have activated the launch cycle of our nuclear missiles. I need help if they are to be stopped.
Help is on its way, Black Widow. Fury out. Team, just one of those missiles could level an entire city. Failure is not an option. You have to get to the launch bay and stop them. Glad you made it to the party. The fight to save this helicarrier isn't gonna be easy. It started when radar detected distant ghost images. They disappeared, so we figured it was just an atmospheric disturbance. They do. When they hit us, it was a complete surprise. They took out our main weapon batteries and our fighter bays in a matter of seconds. They've thwarted every attempt we made to counterattack. They're a group of supervillains led by Dr. Victor Von Doom. There's been sightings of dozens of major criminals. Ultron, Baron Mordo, just to name a couple. I'd expect nothing less from an organization headed by Doom. The Black Widow is my second in command. She goes where I go. And that training has proven invaluable. I've never met a soldier who's calmer or more resourceful than the heat of battle. We were hit pretty hard in the initial attack. We took out our forward batteries and damaged half our fighter bays. Yes, to make matters worse, they've destroyed 2 of our primary engines. We're near the limit. If they damage any additional systems, we're gonna make a real big crater when we hit the ground. Carry on.
We've got nothing to fear. so tough now, are you? You just made my day. You just made my day.
The only way to stop those missiles from firing is to destroy the consoles that control them.
That's what I call a knockout. You just made my day.
I've just been informed that one of the nuclear missiles launched. I thought I told you to destroy both consoles. All right. You're going to have to activate the self-destruct for that missile. Get to the navigation room on the double.
If it isn't my old buddy, Daredevil. Hope you aren't still angry over me killing your gal pal, Elektra.
Bullseye. I'm not a vengeful man, but in your case, I'd make an exception.
Hey, it's not like I did it for fun. I had to prove I was a better assassin than Elektra.
You proved a lot of things that day. None of them good. Now get out of my way. We have to use that navigation console.
You aren't stopping that missile I launched, because I hold the only access card to the computer!
I can't see how it's going to be a problem taking that card away from an egotistical blowhard like you.
Now there you go, getting angry at me. I just hate it when people get angry. It makes me all violent.
Then come on, try getting violent with me. Case closed.
Well done. Missile harmlessly self-destructed. You've averted a nuclear disaster. Bullseye was there. Must be serious about recruiting talent.
Colonel Fury, the Masters of Evil are attacking our stabilizing engines. There's too many for me to stop alone.
Black Widow, do not engage the enemy. I want you out of there immediately. Team, double time it and save that engine.
That was my fault, I'm afraid. Fortunately, I was not harmed.
Black Widow, I specifically ordered you not to engage the enemy.
I am sorry, sir. It was unavoidable.
Very well. At least you're safe. Team, you have to stop the enemy from destroying the engine. If they're successful, the helicarrier is finished. Spider-Man.
We've got nothing to fear.
Am I glad to see you. Someone named the Winter Soldier hacked into our network. He managed to trap several of us with our own security force fields. Can you unlock the system? Go to the security console and reboot the system. It'll take 2 of your team members to activate it. Watch out for traps. Winter Soldier may have put laser tripwires along the way. If you walk through them, a bomb will be triggered. Thanks for setting us free. Being trapped in our own rooms was kind of an embarrassing situation. Good luck. Be careful.
That's what I call knockout. Like heights. That's what I call knockout.
Now you are trapped. We will teach you the true meaning of pain.
You made a big mistake coming here. One you are never gonna have a chance to repeat. You're in for a world of surprise, my friend. The Masters of Evil have teamed its members up in combinations that even your combined powers can't handle.
Yes. All the better to crush our enemies.
Good. At least you've got guts. I hate fighting cowards.
Yes, I too enjoy a good battle. Now, let the fight begin!
Radioactive man, Winter Soldier, report. Why haven't you destroyed that stabilizing engine yet?
Sorry. We got a little carried away, but we're on it. Lower the force fields and let's clear out of here.
It is lucky for you we must depart. I was just getting warmed up. But we will meet again, I promise you.
That's what I call a knockout.
I told you they'd follow. They're as predictable as the sunrise.
Come then, heroes. Follow us a bit further.
We're up here. Now you've had it.
Yes. Let us see how you fare against this force. Attack!
This one's out. You just made my day. That's what I call a knockout. Taking a dive.
You are too late. In a matter of moments, the Winter Soldier will have unlocked the security code for this gun. Then, we shall fire it into the engine.
Don't you understand? You can't defeat the Masters of Evil. We're just too powerful. Abandon ship while you still can.
He has a plan that will give us all enough power to live like kings for an eternity.
Quiet, Chen. You've already said too much.
Ah! It does not matter. They will not live to tell anyone.
Why don't we make sure of that?
Well done. Wish there was time to rest, but we've got big trouble on our hands. I'm going to activate a lift nearby you. Take it, and I'll explain the situation when you arrive.
Yeah.
There's no time to waste. The Masters of Evil have unleashed some huge creature that's attacking our primary engines. If it succeeds, we're all dead.
Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like food. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese.
This one's out.
Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese.
That wasn't the most graceful battle I've ever seen, but you saved the helicarrier. Thanks, team. When you're done in that area, come back to the bridge. We're moving everyone to Stark Tower before we begin our next mission. Come back to the bridge, and you'll find out.
Why is he always late?
Hello, team. Welcome to Stark Tower, my pride and joy. It's 40 stories of heaven on Earth.
It's amazing what you can do with just a few $1 billion.
We are now a team? Yes. I've been empowered by S.H.I.E.L.D. to create a task force to stop the Masters of Evil. But the helicarrier was so badly damaged that it can't be used as a headquarters. Fortunately, Tony is willing to let us stay here for the duration. It has all the facilities we'll require.
Believe me, it's no problem at all. And I called in a few old friends to help us out. Feel free to walk around and meet them.
I'd suggest you meet Hank Pym first, since he's in charge of equipment. The Vision is here as our information officer.
Great. We got a computer to talk to the computers for us.
When you're ready to go on a mission, talk to Wyatt Wingfoot. He'll take you there in one of my Quinjets.
Speaking of that, what is our next mission, Colonel?
I recently received a radio transmission from Dum Dum Dugan requesting that I come to the Omega base. But there was something questionable in his message.
You think it might be a trap?
Maybe. I can't be sure. For more information, talk to the Black Widow.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on the line for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and...
Are we battling supermodels this time?
Okay.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
Hi, my name's Hank Pym. Dr. Hank Pym.
Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather
I've heard you're going to the Omega base. If you see my cybernetic helmet, could you bring it back to me?
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the optronics lab.
I was working on a new version of my cybernetic helmet. Then Captain America called and said you guys could use somebody with a little technical know-how. Hey, I'm glad to be helping out. Besides, I was getting bored working in the lab all day. Oh yeah, well that's where I was working on my cybernetic helmet. It's a real nice facility. I didn't see a whole lot because of security, but I do know there's a team working with gamma bombs, and I think a new study is being done on the super soldier drug. Come back anytime. We're always open.
Greetings. My name is Vision. I will be your primary source of information concerning any persons or locales you might encounter. Unfortunately, my line to the SHIELD database has a security issue. Would you retrieve a decryption module from Black Widow and bring it to me? The acronym stands for Strategic Hazard Intervention, Espionage and Logistics Directorate. Its primary responsibility is counterterrorism for the world. Operating under the jurisdiction of the United Nations, SHIELD is expected to deal with any threat to the security of the world's population. That designation has been used several times over the years, but it is not associated with any particular group of villains. Dr. Doom has assembled dozens of the world's most notorious supervillains, not the least of which is Ultron and Baron Mordo. Victor Von Doom was raised in the tiny European country of Latveria. The untimely death of his parents made Doom vengeful toward a genius. He attended Empire State University. Unfortunately, Doom performed a dangerous experiment that resulted in an explosion. As a result, Doom was expelled. Bitter, he traveled the world until he met Tibetan monks who created his first suit of armor. Doom then returned to Latveria, where he overthrew the government and proclaimed himself ruler. The Black Widow was a Russian spy who defected several years ago. Upon joining SHIELD, she rose quickly through the ranks until she became Colonel Fury's #1 operative. There is nothing on her SHIELD record to indicate otherwise. Why, do you ask? I am glad to be of assistance. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Black Widow. I am second in command to Colonel Fury. Dum Dum Dugan recently sent a suspicious radio message. He requested Colonel Fury visit the Omega base immediately for an update on the super soldier serum. Dugan said Dr. Banner would give the report. The odd thing being Dr. Banner is not on the super soldier project. Since we don't know the situation, you are to sneak aboard the base and locate Dugan. From there, we'll determine the best course of action. When you are ready to go, talk to Wyatt Wingfoot. He will take you in a Quinjet.
Miss Stanley and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
My apologies. I should have given it to him as soon as we arrived. Please, take this to him. You are quite welcome.
Okay.
Hello, Daredevil. I suppose I should not be surprised to see you.
Hello, Natasha. I have to say I'm very surprised to see you.
The offer was initially made after a SHIELD operation, where I switched identities with a countryman of mine, Yelena Belova. Yes, the blonde one. I declined the offer, but as we all know, Colonel Fury can be very persistent. It is a huge mobile SHIELD research facility that is several stories tall. Yes. It is used to field test some of our most highly classified experiments. You are quite welcome.
Warning. A small thermonuclear device is missing.
Do you need something else?
Was last seen in the weapons lab.
Yes. We're a SHIELD task force created to investigate the Masters of Evil. It's our mandate to stop Doom and his army before they cause any serious damage. SHIELD is an international organization. We belong to no one and to everyone.
Still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
With the helicarrier seriously damaged, we had to find a different base of operations. Tony Stark offered the use of these facilities.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that
Exactly. Well, I'm surprised to be here. You see, Stark Industries and SHIELD recently had a falling out. Yes, Stark recently stopped developing weapons for us. As you can imagine, we were less than enthusiastic. SHIELD tried applying pressure, both legal and not so legal. But I gotta hand it to Stark. He held his ground even though he's lost billions. Anytime.
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Optronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6. Warning. A small thermonuclear device is missing, and Daredevil was last seen in the weapons lab. The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and
Hi,
Miss
the name's
Heather
Wyatt
here in the
Wingfoot.
main lobby to see
In case you didn't know, I'm your pilot while you're here at Stark Tower. We'll be taking the Quinjet when you're ready to leave
The
on mission.
nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Optronics lab.
Sure. What do you need?
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
Discreetly. As in, don't let Fury know? Yeah, I can do that. Give me a little bit. I think I know just the person to ask. There's a hacker I know. He's kind of an oddball, but I think he's up to the challenge. If you don't mind me asking, whose laptop is this? So, you think Natasha's up to something, hey? Maybe working for the other team.
Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark.
Stark needed a pilot, and he knows I've flown for the Fantastic Four, so I guess he figured I had the skills. I was roommates with Johnny Storm back in college. He introduced me to the group, and after a while, they started inviting me on missions. It's a high-tech jet developed by Stark's company. It's usually used by the Avengers.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on
It's
line
undetectable to radar, to take off and land itself. Heck, it'll even dial the phone for you. Plus, it's got the latest in jet engine technology. This thing will get you around the world in no time.
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the Optronics.
We're close to the landing zone, so I'll be brief. Dum Dum Dugan recently sent a suspicious radio message requesting I meet him at the Omega base for a report on the latest super soldier serum.
What's so suspicious about that?
Dr. Banner was to give the report. The only thing is, Banner has been working on the Gamma Bomb project, not the super soldier serum. Dugan would never make a mistake like that. Something's up.
What is the Omega Base?
It's a mobile lab that's over 5 stories tall. We use it for field testing experiments.
Oh, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s the greatest. Flying aircraft carriers, office buildings on wheels. Oh, please tell me you've got a tunnel that runs from New York to Tokyo.
Spider-Man, this is serious. Colonel, is there anything on board the Omega that would be considered dangerous?
If the contents of that vehicle were to fall into the wrong hands, it would be disastrous for all mankind.
Exactly what are you developing that could threaten the entire planet?
That's classified.
So it's all right for us to save the vehicle. We just can't know what's going on there.
Correct. Now, if I may continue, the team's mission will be to sneak on board the Omega and locate Dugan. He should be able to bring you up to speed on the situation. Any questions? All right, good luck.
Good. One thing I want to point out, you now have a shield port. It's an experimental device that'll let you transport instantly back to headquarters whenever you want. Okay, good luck in there. Let me know when you want to leave. Quiet out.
Team, satellite recon shows the Omega base is now on a collision course with Bondrak Dam. Thousands of lives are now in danger. You must stop the Omega at all costs. Fury out.
Good. They sent a team. I was afraid I'd been a little too clever with my message to the Colonel. Someone used the base's ventilation system to spread a knockout gas. When I woke up, Dr. Doom demanded I bring Colonel Fury here. If I refused, he was going to ram the Omega into the Bondrak Dam. Well, there's no time to waste. Get me to the engineering control room. From there, I'll override navigation and stop this monstrosity.
That's what I call a knockout. Not taking a dive.
Next time, I'll fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese.
Case closed.
Team, I just had a thought. The section you're in contains the primary drivetrain. You could disable it. The Omega base will be forced to switch to the secondary drive. Not much, but it'd give you more time to reach the top of the base.
Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese.
anything from this control room? Not to worry, there's a control room just ahead. Hopefully Doom left it alone. Get me there, we should be fine.
During World War II, I volunteered for Operation Rebirth, a program designed to create physically superior soldiers. Unfortunately, I was the program's only success, because the head scientist was assassinated. I was quickly moved to the front lines, along with my sidekick, Bucky. We won many a battle, until toward the end of the war, there was a mishap, and I fell into the freezing waters of the Atlantic. It wasn't until many decades later that I was found and thought out. Since that time, I have fought many a villain, but perhaps the one I find most troublesome is Winter Soldier. Take, for instance, the time he tried to cripple the helicarrier. Sorry about that. Looks like you lose. Need a hand. Avengers! Sorry about that. Give up. That's gonna leave a bruise. Give up. This one. that nuclear missile's launch sequence. I have to stop him.
So, you disarm my bombs, old man? You always were lucky. Who else could have survived falling into the ocean and then be thawed out decades later?
This is insane, Winter Soldier. Why are you launching that nuclear missile?
It's my mission. And as I remember, missions were always the most important thing to you. No matter who had to die to accomplish them.
I won't let you do this.
Ha! I've got the only key to deactivate it. All you can do is delay the launch with the proper console sequence. But you don't even know the correct order. Give up, Cap. It's over.
You know me better than that, kid.
Yeah, I suppose I do. So let's finish this, old man. I've got a city to nuke.
60 seconds remaining. Seconds remaining. 60 seconds remaining.
You got lucky again, Cap. But don't think this is over. We will meet again.
40 seconds remaining. Launch terminated.
Maybe Winter Soldier was right. Maybe I am lucky. I can only hope my luck holds out the next time I have to face him.
soldiers are no match for my battle suit. It is wise that you fear me, for with my recent upgrades, I could crush you all like grapes. You are destined to lose, for I will not let you stop the Omega base. Very well. Then come, comrade. Let us battle.
Well done, team. Now, let's see about stopping this behemoth.
Blasted. All controls have been locked down, except those on the upper bridge. Correct. We'll have to reach the top deck and stop the Omega base from there. Sounds like a plan. Good luck.
Case closed.
This one's out.
Lock and look!
what I call a knockout. You just made my day. You just made my day. You just made my day. Don't wander off.
Before you go to the top, we got a couple of new concerns you might want to address. Security shows some very sensitive labs have been broken into. One lab contains a device known as the neural inhibitor, and another has plans that could be used to upgrade Ultron.
Black Panther.
We've got nothing to fear.
Certainly.
Not so tough now, are you?
So, the reports were right. There is a team of superheroes on the Omega base. Well, let's see if this doesn't slow you down.
That's right, I won. Fear me.
Hey! Can anybody hear me? I'm stuck in this lab. Am I glad to see you? What the heck is going on around here? There was a huge explosion, and then I couldn't open this door. I'm fine. I just hope... Wait a minute. Did you say the Omega is under attack? We have to stop it. If that dam is destroyed, thousands of people will be killed in the flood. Not to mention how much my work will be lost. Those must be the results of the super soldier experiment I've heard about. Scientists are attempting to recreate the experiment that gave Captain America his strength. So far, apparently, all they've created are those giants you've seen.
Team, you must be making the Masters of Evil nervous. My security panel shows a gamma bomb has just been activated. You gotta shut it down or all life in a 2-mile radius will be destroyed.
Just so happens I'm kind of a specialist on gamma bombs. Take me to the primary lab and I'll see what I can do. Figures. The damage is shut off. We have to find the auxiliary lab and re-establish the safety interlock. Hello. Do you have a question? It's a drug that was developed during World War II in hopes of creating soldiers that were stronger and faster than normal humans. Yes. Unfortunately, there's something very special about his physique. The drug won't work properly on anyone but him. I've been working with a team that's developing a smaller, more powerful gamma bomb. Teams aren't allowed to know what each other are doing. And just walking into the wrong section can get you court-martialed, even if you're a civilian. SHIELD runs this place. They live for all that cloak and dagger stuff. Glad to be of help. That's what I call a knockout.
Thanks to the Butchers and the Weapon X program, I don't know much about my past. They messed with my head, coated my bones with unbreakable adamantium. All in all, they turned me into the ultimate killing machine. Well, we were successful. I did a lot of killing as I escaped out of that madhouse. Eventually, I made my way to the X-Mansion. There, I found a home and a purpose, the X-Men. Now I fight to help people rather than hurt them. There was this one time an android named Warstar was trying to destroy SHIELD's Omega base.
Anybody else want some? Oh yeah, I'm the best at what I do. Bub, you're a mess. Bub, you're a mess. Anybody else want some?
Oh yeah, that's just what I do. This ain't your lucky day, bub. Guess you didn't want a piece of me. Stay down.
Anybody else want some?
What's a reject from a junkyard like you doing here?
Target acquired. Target specification. Mutant. X-Man. Wolverine.
All right, bub. So you know who I am. Who or what are you?
My designation is Warstar. I am programmed to destroy the Omega base and anyone who would offer resistance.
Offer resistance? I guess that means me, because I'm here to tear you up.
Drones activated. Weapon systems fully charged. Initiate battle sequence.
Initiate this. Hey, stop doing that. You trying to bring this whole base down around our ears? Gotta stop Warstar, or he's gonna destroy the Omega base. So, I managed to turn Warstar and his drones into so much scrap. And I saved the Omega too. Not a bad bit of work for an ultimate killing machine from the Weapon X program.
You never stood a chance.
Sounds good to me. I'm no superhero.
You never stood a chance.
Mysterio! Jeez, it's good to see you. Still got a fishbowl for a head, I see.
Spider-Man, do you always have to be a half-wit?
Ooh, now that hurt. And speaking of getting hurt, step away from those plans before I have to get medieval on you.
You idiot. Why do you think S.H.I.E.L.D. has plans for Ultron?
I thought everyone had them. I got some this morning in a box of cereal.
These plans are upgrades. The good guys want to capture Ultron so they can rewrite his programming and turn him into a shield weapon.
That's impossible. Ultron is sentient. Reprogramming him is illegal.
Yes, it is. But all I care about are these plans. Ultron wants them for the weapon upgrades.
If your Ultron gets weapon upgrades, then my Ultron will want weapon upgrades, and that just won't do.
Huh? I've heard enough of your babbling.
You never stood a chance.
Stop him. No, I don't imagine he did. Good job.
Next time, I want to fight somebody.
Watch out! There's an AIM helicopter patrolling the deck! I tried to take it out with this anti-aircraft gun, but it's just too fast! Yeah, at the other end of the deck.
but you can't seriously think you're gonna take that chopper out.
Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like coal. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like cold cheese. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old cheese. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like cheese. Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like
Boy, am I glad to see you guys. I've been trying to unlock the door to the bridge, but a helicopter keeps strafing the deck. Can you give me a hand? Sounds like a plan. All I ask is that you take the helicopter out quick. I don't think I'm gonna last long out in the open.
Next time, I want to fight somebody who doesn't.
Got it. The door to the bridge is open. Thanks for the assist. I would have been Swiss cheese if you hadn't taken that helicopter out. You'll get no argument from me. I've had enough excitement for one day.
I want to fight somebody who doesn't smell like old.
That is due to the entropy device I will remain until as long as I hold this button. I'm afraid you have no other option. Now, to keep things interesting, you receive an electrical shock for every incorrect answer you give. Let's begin, shall we? How far is the Earth from the Sun? That was a lucky guess. What is the half-life of strontium-90? No! How could you have known that? Which of the following is not a subatomic particle? Oh. Have you ever even read a book? Which race exterminated itself with technology from the water? I do hope you're finding this to be a learning experience. Which is not a measurement of wrong. Lost the content. And now that you're weak, I'll put an end to you. God! Handler's one.
Devils on the run!
Of course.
God. You did it. Stop the Omega.
Guys, that was one for the books. There's no time to relax. Colonel Fury wants you back at Stark Tower immediately. Stay where you are, and I'll pick you up at the Quinjet.
You did a good job on the Omega Base, team. You saved thousands of lives and billions of dollars in S.H.I.E.L.D. equipment. Yes, a device known as the Mutant Amplifier. It magnifies a mutant's natural powers. Until we locate Doom's base, nothing. And since all we're doing is cooling our heels, I want you to investigate a report that there's a riot taking place in Atlantis. See Wyatt Wingfoot, and he'll take you to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Atlantis outpost. Or if you'd like more information, talk to the Black Widow.
Warning. A small thermonuclear device is missing, and this was last seen in the weapons lab.
Welcome, and good day to you. I am Edwin Jarvis, personal butler to Mr. Anthony Stark. This area is where Mr. Stark carries out the research and development of his Iron Man suit. As you can imagine, the body armor has become so complex that a staff of technicians is required. You may walk around and inspect the facilities. I believe you'll already find several of your compatriots here.
Yeah. The name's Jack Hammer. But you can call me Weasel. Everyone does. Yeah, and don't worry. I came in through the back. No one saw me. Wyatt Wingfoot gave me a damaged laptop. Said you heroes wanted to know what data was on it. Yeah, that laptop holds security information for a building called the Imperium. I can find out, but you'll have to get me the password into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s priority files. Oh, there's 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. Talk to Vision. He'll be able to help.
Ah, splendid. You located the missing cufflink. It was a gift from Miss Virginia Potts when she had been Mr. Stark's secretary. My name is Edwin Jarvis, and I'm Mr. Anthony Stark's butler, as well as the butler for the Avengers. You could say it runs in my blood. My mother and father worked for Mr. Stark's parents. It is a dream of Mr. Stark's that was 4 years in the making. The top 3 floors are his living quarters. The rest of the building houses his business interests. No, not any longer. Mr. Stark recently had a change of heart concerning that particular field of industry. This is primarily where new Iron Man suits are built for Mr. Stark. Oh, indeed he does. But as his designs have grown more and more complex, he has required assistance in manufacturing. It was my pleasure.
I know seeing the Super Soldier Project has raised some concerns about S.H.I.E.L.D., but let's get all the facts before we cause any trouble. I think S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot to deal with, and sometimes it makes mistakes, but historically, it's done a great job of keeping the peace. I saw they were testing out a new version of the Super Soldier Serum, the same type of drug that gave me my strength and agility. Yes. During World War II, I volunteered for Operation Rebirth. It was a program for creating physically superior soldiers. I exceeded their expectations. Unfortunately, Dr. Erskine, the man who developed the drugs, was killed, and no one's been able to recreate his work. I have to admit, things sound kind of suspicious. Like, why was she carrying that laptop during the attack on the helicarrier? No. I'd need a lot more evidence before I'd say something like that about the Black Widow. Anytime, friend.
Stark Tower's a beauty, isn't she? I consider her one of my greatest achievements. No problem. Our little task force needed a base, so it seemed like the thing to do. I wasn't worried about the cost. That is, until S.H.I.E.L.D. and I had our little disagreement. More like they had trouble with me. I wanted out of the weapons business. I can't tell you how many breach of contract suits they filed. That was just the beginning. Suddenly I had trouble getting building permits, filing patents. Don't get me started on how my taxes changed. I'm not sure exactly. One morning I realized I needed to do more than just amass wealth. I wanted to help people, and weapons aren't that helpful. You really don't need that many billions to get by. No, my life's taking a new course. I want to be remembered for helping lives, not destroying them. Anytime, my friend. Anytime at all.
The Black Widow is up to something, I just know it. Did you see how nervous she was on the helicarrier? Sure looks like it. She must have been trying to get that laptop to the enemy during the helicarrier battle. Yes. That laptop shows all security systems for the building. And from the looks of those systems, the Imperium must hold something. Not yet. She's his second in command. We're going to need some pretty strong evidence to shake Fury's faith in her. Yes. Colonel Fury's trust doesn't come easily, and once given, it's nearly impossible to break. Okay, so Daredevil and I were close several years back, and the Black Widow and Daredevil were close not so long ago. No, I'm not. I'm long over Daredevil. If he can find happiness with the Black Widow, I wish them both the best. You're welcome.
I've heard people complaining about S.H.I.E.L.D. since we got back from the Omega. I'm telling you, it's gotta stop. I trust Nick Fury. He's pulled my fat out of the fire more times than I can remember. Look, Fury does what he has to keep the world safe. He ain't always got the luxury of playing by the rules. I've known her for a while. She's always been good in a fight. And Fury trusts her. Unless that meathead weasel comes up with better evidence, I ain't believing nothing against the Black Widow. Of course I am. He's been loyal to me. After all the trouble I had with the Hand recently, I owe Fury my life 12 times over. Let's just say that evil bunch of psychos got hold of me and turned me into their assassin. It caused a lot of people a lot of pain. But Fury helped me out. Kept me alive. And I'll never forget that. Sure thing, bub.
Hey, how's it going? It definitely belongs to the Black Widow. It's got her fingerprints all over it. For most techs, it would have been a lost cause, but for me, I managed to drag up a few tidbits of information. It mostly dealt with a building called the Imperium. I don't know, but that laptop had the layout of the building and all kinds of information about the security. I can, but you need to get me Fury's password into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s priority files. I bet I'll find everything you want to know. My sources tell me it's one of 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. That's what I need you to find out. Talk to Vision. He'll be able to help. Sure. Anytime.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
Thank you for the decryption module. Now I can patch directly into the S.H.I.E.L.D. database.
Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Namor is the first known hybrid of Homo sapiens and Homo mermanus, humans and merpeople. He can breathe water and air, but if he's away from water too long, he will begin to weaken.
Is on line 6.
As with most merpeople, he has an inborn distrust of surface dwellers, and true to his belligerent nature, Namor can take his distrust to the extreme. The Atlanteans are distant cousins to your race. Having evolved on the ocean floor, it is impossible for them to breathe air. Because they live in the extreme conditions of the ocean, merpeople are very hardy. They are stronger than humans, can swim up to 30 miles per hour, and live to be over 150 years of age. I know it's a name Colonel Fury would just as soon forget. Jacob Fury was so jealous of his older brother's success that he turned to a life of crime. Yes, and to make matters worse, the Colonel was forced to kill Jacob. So you can see why Colonel Fury does not care to dwell on that name. I would suggest you talk to the Black Widow about that name. I am glad to be of assistance.
All right.
The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the electronics lab.
We just received a message from Namorita, the cousin of Namor. Apparently, there is a riot going on in Atlantis. Unknown, but for some reason, the Atlanteans have forcibly removed Namor from his throne. Yes, which means something is seriously wrong. See Wyatt when you are ready to go to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s outpost in Atlantis.
On line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in the main lobby, Mr. Stark. Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is Ben Grimm's 65th birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Grimm. Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you. The nanotechnology team will be meeting in the electronics lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
We do not know. He has been a fair and just ruler for many years. The people love him.
Warning, a small thermonuclear device is missing.
Perhaps. But Namor has always been kind to his people. There has to be some other explanation for this mass hysteria.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury.
When merpeople and surface dwellers first met, there was quite a bit of hostility. There were even several invasion attempts. The relationship between our two races is lukewarm at best. The merpeople prefer to keep us at arm's distance. Once you reach our Atlantis outpost, you will be infected with a special nanotechnology. Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Pym had a hand in developing it. It will allow you to breathe water with no discomfort. You will also be able to move along the bottom of the ocean as if you were moving on dry land.
Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
I would not say that name too loud. He is a leader of Hydra and a longtime nemesis of Colonel Fury. You should ask Colonel Fury about Mr. Jones.
In the electronics lab.
You are quite welcome.
Okay.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston
Hello,
is on
Daredevil.
line 6.
Hello, Natasha.
You are quite welcome.
Certainly.
Warning, a small thermonuclear
Hello, Black
device
Panther.
is
The
team did an excellent job on the Omega base.
Thank you, Colonel Fury.
SHIELD's directive is to keep the world peace. To do that, we have to monitor the activities of every major civilization. I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy, and that's why they aren't going to find out about it. We realize now that Doom had no intention of commandeering the helicarrier. They attacked to draw additional security forces there.
Johnny Storm would like you to announce that today is
Correct. The Omega and the experiments it held was their prime objective all along. Dugan's still trying to sort things out, but apparently the base sustained only minor damage.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan online.
Yes, they've been locked in a cold storage unit on level 3. Aside from some minor cases of frostbite, everyone was fine.
Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Gabe? Heck yes. He's a great guy. Back in the day, he was one of my Howling Commandos.
Technology team will be meeting in the electronics
He
lab.
still is. Gabe's one of my top advisors. He saved me from making serious mistakes more times than I care to remember.
Red Ralston is on line 6.
You're welcome.
Warning. A small thermonuclear device.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks. When you get back from Atlantis, I'll have all the information you need. Sure. Anytime.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you.
Sure.
Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi and Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
Could I ask a big favor of you?
The nanotechnology...
Would you ask Dr. Pym if he could take a look at the Quinjet's data feed to Stark Tower? It cuts out every once in a while.
Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line 6.
Are you kidding? Mr. Stark built this jet as tough as they come.
Warning. A small...
No problem.
thermonuclear
She's
device
completely
is missing,
submersible.
and this was last seen in the weapons lab.
Anytime at all, friend.
The President is on line 5, Colonel Fury. Miss Bambi and Miss Heather are still waiting for you in
Ah,
the
my
main lobby.
cybernetic
Mr. Stark.
helmet. Thanks. I owe you one. The mutant amplifier vastly augments any mutant's natural power. So a psychic that can lift a book will become powerful enough to lift a bus. Yes, but it has some serious side effects. The amplifier causes damage to the DNA of any mutant it's used on. Not much. The serum's only worked on Captain America. There's something very peculiar about his physique. That, plus the doctor who originally developed it, is dead.
And Miss Heather here in the main lobby to see you.
He'd wind up with a bunch of muscle-bound beasts, just like you saw in the Omega. They're psychotic, violent, unable to take orders. Not exactly what you'd want from an army.
Colonel Fury,
Oh, that's right. The Quinjet's comm line to the Stark Tower was cutting out. I'll take care of that right away. There's no problem at all.
thermonuclear device is missing, and this was last seen in the weapons lab.
Nightcrawler.
Agile warriors!
Ready or not, here we come.
Mr. Stark, there's a Harold Hogan on line 2 for you. Mr. Stark, there's Miss Bambi lab. Colonel Fury, Red Ralston is on line